With Father's Day coming up this Sunday, we have a story for you about a truly exceptional family. Jerry and Dan Blomberg raised a son and a daughter, now in their 30s, who now live out of state. They have another son and daughter who they are still raising in their La Quinta home. Both have special needs, and one of them is adopted.
Come on.
With her husband Dan working 5 to 6 days a week for 10 to 12 hours at a stretch, Jerry Blomberg had her hands full raising her then 21-year-old son Michael. He is profoundly disabled with autism, seizure disorder, and severe mental retardation. Michael needs 24-hour-a-day care and cannot be left unattended. But in one of the rare moments when her attention was focused elsewhere, Jerry was drawn to another child in need of her help. She saw a spot on television calling for a loving family to adopt a then 1-year-old special needs girl named Alicia.
When I went over there, I thought, oh, I have to adopt that child. I had no, I had no idea of even thinking about adopting a child at that point. But something just brought me there.
Do you want music?
That was 13 years ago. Initially, Jerry's husband Dan feared his wife would be overworked and burned out by raising a second special needs child. Dan agreed to take Alicia into their home for a trial period, but he kept his distance, reluctant to form such an impractical connection. Then, as they were set to return Alicia to foster care, a moment happened that this father will never forget.
Well, we were in the van and I couldn't take my eyes off her. And she started to whimper and then cry, and I got out of the van, took her out of the car seat, and held her in my lap. And there was instant connection, no denying it.
Alicia has cerebral palsy. She is blind and prone to seizures, but she can speak. Her first word was daddy.
First word she spoke.
Dan and Jerry get up at 5 each morning to bathe and feed their 34-year-old son and their 14-year-old daughter. The buses come at 7 to take Michael to Desert Arc and Alicia to Colonel Mitchell Page Middle School. Even with assistance from a nurse, Dan and Jerry don't have time to do much other than care for their children, which they'll tell you is more than enough to keep them happy. The best moments are when Michael lets out a big laugh, or Alicia flashes them the look that first drew her into the family 13 years ago.
The joy, the happiness out of Alicia is unbelievable. She's always smiley, happy. You can't not be happy around her.
Both parents say their two special needs children have been a blessing in every regard to every member of the family.
People always say, oh, you got a place in heaven, but I think everybody has a place in heaven. Not just because we take in special needs children. I think they're special, everything, everybody has something special.
The Blombergs will celebrate Father's Day like millions of other Americans. Dan is excited to fire up the grill and take his kids for a dip in the pool. Sometimes the smallest pleasures can provide us with the greatest joy.